Well, Chad, at the very least, we will get to a draft tonight. Allow you guys your highlight of the night. Of course, Houston finally made it out of the first round. They beat the Phoenix Suns. Denver swept Dallas. San Antonio beat Memphis. New Orleans beat Golden State. Of course, we lost to Detroit. Atlanta swept Boston. Toronto beat Philly in 7, and the Knicks beat Chicago in 6. So, Houston, Denver, New Orleans, San Antonio as the top 4 seeds all move on. The only exception to that rule, of course, is in the Eastern Conference side, as New York moved on. They'll play Toronto. Detroit plays Atlanta. Let's see what happens. As Houston finally gets to a conference final, they beat Denver in 7. New Orleans beat San Antonio in 6. Detroit also went 7 against Atlanta, but they won. And the Knicks, from play-in round to conference final, as they beat Toronto in 6. 1 versus 2, 1 versus 7. Houston, New Orleans, Detroit, and New York. Who's going to the NBA final? And the miracle run ends. Houston wins in 7, as does Detroit. Finally, the Rockets make the most of it, but they take on Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. So, I mean, we kind of already know what Cade looks like. And the rest of the Pistons, the Rockets, have Jalen Green and Nikola Jokic, though. So, not to mention a point guard, Gerardo Alvarez, for God's sakes. Pistons are stacked, or the Pistons have a great superstar, but the Rockets are stacked. I would be shocked if the Pistons win this. This would be, he's only 24, but this would be Cade Cunningham's magnum opus to beat the Rockets. That team's unreal. That team is unreal. The Rockets should win this. And they do. In 5 games, the Houston Rockets win their first NBA title. Nikola Jokic, the Finals MVP, 21 points, 10 rebounds a game. The Rockets finally get it done. Crash Andrews, hello. All the star talent that the Rockets have had over the years, and all it took was getting the best center in the world. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. God damn. 22, dude. Oh, man. Alright. Give me 1 second here. I'll let you read over those stats. Endo, check Twitter, by the way. Alright, again, the Rockets win it all, as they probably should. When we get to another off-season. Player retirements, James Harden, Derrick Rose, Gordon Hayward, Corey Joseph. Derrick Rose and James Harden both gone. You hate to see it. Enes Kanter's gone, Ricky Rubio, Terrence Ross. Man, we're far enough into this that Caldwell Pope is retiring. Steven Adams. Handsome fella. He's only 32 and he's retiring. Yeah, he's down to a 67. I guess that makes sense. Buddy Hield's gone. Oh, Buddy Hield. Alex Len. Oh, every Raptors' favorite player. It's Bruno, baby. Willie Cauley-Stein's gone. Fair enough. Staff retirements. Jose Wilkins and Logan Smith. Hall of Fame inductees, James Harden makes the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements, James Harden's number retired by the Rockets. You can raise the championship banner. Goodness. Raise the banner and that jersey. League meeting wise, again, nothing was approved. So no changes to the league rules. Which brings us, everybody, to your main event. You have the #1 odds of winning the draft lottery for the very first time. I am not involved in the draft lottery. It's true, this is what got me in trouble when we did this challenge last year. I started making the playoffs too early. Meanwhile, you guys stayed in the lottery picks. And as a result, got the extra talent that you needed to win it. So we'll see if I am going to be cursed by the same turn of events. as the Heat have their 13th lottery selection all time. Minnesota, will they stay at 14? Yes, they will. 27th lottery pick all time. Suffering from success, pretty much. 13th, the OKC Thunder. And they stay as well. We've yet to see a number or a 1% chance of winning actually move up that far. As the Lakers will stay at 12 as well. Took Tommy Nichols. Old Tommy Nichols. The Orlando Magic stay at number 11. 23rd all-time lottery pick. Woof. The Wiz. And their dick logo. 5th consecutive year. They now have the longest active streak. It's Washington, 5 years in a row. Beautiful. Number 9, Portland. Moves up. Milwaukee at 9, the Blazers in the top 4. Cleveland at 8. Stays. Had the most lottery picks in the NBA since 2019 with 5. God, the little stats, man. The little stats. The Charlotte Hornets at number 7. Stay at number 7. 25th all-time lottery pick, the poor Hornets. Imagine having one of the best logos in sports and not being able to do anything. Pacers at 6. Move up. So we have seen the Pacers move up as well. T-Wolves have that pick from a prior trade with the Clippers. Number 5, the Utah Jazz. Stay at 5. That's great news for you guys. 3rd consecutive year with a lottery pick. Number 4, will it be the Pacers? It'll be the Blazers. So you guys are still in the top 3. 10th all-time lottery selection for Portland. Where will you guys fall? You had the top odds. Number 3, will it be the Pacers? It is the Honolulu Breeze. As the Breeze fall from 1 to 3. It'll be the Pacers or Kings with the number 1 pick. 2nd overall goes to the Pacers. Sacramento will take the number 1 overall selection. They had 13.8% chance to do so. And they do. 6th time that they've had the number 1 pick in their team's history. So the Breeze again falling from 1 to 3 after a very, very rough year. Staff signing we leave is automated, so here we go. To the NBA draft. To the NBA draft we go. Sacramento with the number 1 pick. Take Vin Jeffries, point guard, out of Illinois. Oozing with potential. Wow, see, he looked like a franchise-level point guard. You guys really could have used that. The Pacers at 2. Take power forward Alexander Kiba out of Kentucky. Maybe a surprise pick, according to Lang Whitaker, so who knows who will be available for the Breeze. So, I mean, you don't have a guarantee. Junior Finley has 13 badges. That's something to keep in mind. I will already write down Junior Finley as probably your top option. All-NBA to starter. We have 2 point guards already. It's true. Do you draft for need or do you take the best available, right? Showing up as a B potential there. In terms of potential, Lothar Kramer. As a forward, you definitely have space for him. Well-rounded, decent 3-point shooter. Latrell Sprewell at his best, and a bench player at his worst. Not a great passer, not overly strong, but 6'9", 220-pound German. Doesn't look that bad. And again, either A- potential, maybe an A+. The German Lothar Kramer. sounds like a World of Warcraft character. Point guard, and again, in terms of potential, there's also Bobby Dixon. All NBA to starter comparison. Apparently the third best point guard in the drafts. Very well-rounded. You know, his rebounding, his interior defense isn't that good. The IQ isn't great, but good physicality as well for Bobby Dixon. Lothar will not be available until next year. Gary Gill, another forward. All-star to bench. I'm going to be honest. You guys need to aim higher than that, unless you really think his attributes are good, which they're not. I mean, he's 20. I'm just saying you should probably aim higher than that, than Gary Gill. Paul Dawkins as well. You should probably aim higher. At least with this third overall pick. There's Simon Torres as well in here. Give me a second. I just realized I can, here, I'll move up here, and then that way less is cut off at this point. Again, Simon Torres, 20 years old, 6'5", shooting guard, point guard. That potential of an A- maybe. Starter to bench. I mean, if you trust the player comparisons, you got to go for someone higher than Dawkins. You got to go for someone higher than Gill. I mean, Kramer, all-star to bench, is also shaky, so Bobby Dixon, in theory, could be the best player available, but again, Kramer might be an A+ potential. There's also Sheldon Waters. Also all-star to bench, had an A-. Daniel O'Neal as a forward. Decent shooter from mid-range. But again, he's already down to a B+. Starter. Confirmed as a 77 overall. I mean, Daniel O'Neal might not be a superstar, but you know he's useful pretty much immediately. And then, there's a guy named Todor. Same exact name as the guy that you drafted. If you want double Todor action, it's a possibility. Guaranteed 77 overall power forward. You could have 2 Todors. That's hilarious. Then there's Roland Cheeks. Who, not a bad shooter. Ricky Little. And again, in terms of who's expected to be drafted, Kramer, off a lot of boards, 2 out of 3, was projected to be the #1 overall pick. You had Roland Cheeks projected in the top 3. Bobby Dixon. Again, Ricky Little was up there. Daniel O'Neal, but it's a little bit shaky. Todor, also expected to be decent. And then there's that Junior Finley guy who has all the badges in the world. Again, Kramer, all-star to bench. Cheeks, all-NBA to starter. Dixon's all-NBA to starter. Little's all-NBA to starter. He's at least a forward. Depends on if you trust how good he was. O'Neal, guaranteed starter. Todor was all-star. Junior Finley's all-NBA to starter. Bunch of all-stars to bench options. Joe McDonald as a forward's all-star to starter. 100% scouted, he's a 75. Dario Dragic, all-star to starter for Clark House, he's a shooting guard. Doyle Moss was starter. Havel Desida, 7'2" Hungarian center. 74 overall, 100% scouted, #1 in position rank, all-NBA to starter. I don't know how Leon Poe was registered as a starter. Hasida's a little bit off the board, but I mean, you could argue you might need him. It's also a Johan Sundin. I mean, you get to look at some of the stats here. Hasida has good rebounding, good interior defense, good inside scoring. There's also Johan Sundin as a shooting guard. Looks like a lights-out shooter. All-NBA to bench. He could be the next. He could be the Swedish Vince Carter. Bradford Joseph. him. It's a tough call. Shout out to Lulu. Fucking hell, NBA. Oh, the names. Jamal, Dennis. All right, chat. I want to know I want to know names. If you could take one person, chat, out of all the names that we saw, if you could take one person, who would you take? Who would you take? You could take one person. I'll add him to the poll. Seeing love for Kramer. Seeing love for Finley. We'll leave it up to a vote. It looks like it's going to be Kramer or Finley. I mean, I can put Todor on the list if you want me to, but I can't imagine. You know, I can't imagine it's going to help. I mean, again, a friendly reminder over what your team looks like right now. Kramer's a big man, Finley's a guard. This is what your team looks like right now. You have Tommy Campbell, Charlie Haynes, Wenley Liu as your guards. Your actual guards are these three. At forward, you have Travis Bradley, the other Todor, Sicky. You got Jonathan Banks and Trent Griffin at power forward, and at center, Horace Keefe. Another way to visualize it, of course, is just the youngest players there. So, I mean, you pretty much got your starting point guard and your starting center. Everything else is still a little bit of a toss-up. Travis Bradley isn't the worst forward in the world. So, it comes down to three then. I'll appease Ender if he wants to waste his vote. So guys, let's see. It will either be the projected #1 overall pick in the forward, Lothar Kramer. If it is not him, it'll be the projected #7 pick in Todor, or the #8 ranked pick according to Draft Express. 2K has him as third, Junior Finley at point guard with his 13 badges. It might be the position you need the less amount of help from, but it's the argument. Do you go for need, or with the third overall pick, do you take best available and figure it out later? Not a fan of the breeze. I'm an airman. Ender, I'm happy to have you on board. Kramer is getting some votes. Todor actually has more votes than Finley. Crash has a fair point. Kramer has to sit out a year. He's a European stash player. Him sitting out for one extra year could allow you guys to tank for one more season. And then next year you add Kramer and whoever the hell you take. Crash Andrews has great logic. Take someone like Kramer, he has to sit out for a year, get another high pick next year, and where are you going to be? It's pretty much decided already. It's going to be Lothar Kramer. Kramer is definitely going to win this. Lothar Kramer, who Draft Express and 2K had at #1. NBA.com had him at third. Draft Express has him as the #1 forward, as does 2K. NBA.com has him behind Roland Cheeks. The German, Lothar Kramer, is the pick for the Honolulu Breeze. Easy does it. Kramer looks worth the wait, according to Sean Devaney. Pick #4, now that I got some guys on my short list, Daniel O'Neal goes to the Blazers. Of course, I have no idea where the hell I'm picking right now. So Daniel O'Neal goes to the Blazers. Utah at #5 takes Joe McDonald, forward out of Pittsburgh. Strongest forward in the draft. Minnesota at 6 takes power forward Todd Rush out of LSU. Kevin Durant's now 37 years old. Crazy. Charlotte at #7. Trades the pick? Yes, they do. Who will it be for? 7th overall. Oh my god. Wow. So they trade the 7th overall pick this year, and 2 years from now, a top 10 protected first-round pick for Damian Lillard and Jordan Poole. So the Hornets must be going for it. They pick up an aging Damian Lillard. So as a result, the Blazers, who finally move on from Lillard, take point guard Bobby Dixon out of Arizona. Looks to be a well-rounded player now, but the upside's a question. Who do you want? There's a couple of guys that I'd like to see fall. I doubt they will fall that far, but we'll see. Cleveland at 8 takes Melvin Simon, center out of Kansas. Best rebound rate of any collegiate player last year. Fair enough. Milwaukee at number 9. Post-Giannis era, they took Roland Cheeks. I was kind of hoping he'd fall. Small forward out of Gonzaga. Damn. I had a feeling he wouldn't fall that far, and indeed he doesn't fall out of the top 10. Washington at 10. Takes a trade? No, they took Todor. Todor Sick. Out of Creighton. Apparently had a foot injury. 2 Todors in back-to-back years. Pick number 11, the Orlando Magic. Take Ricky Little. Another guy who fell down the board a little bit forward out of Oklahoma State. Interesting. Pick number 12, the Lakers. As they select. No, they don't. They make a trade. 12th overall pick for Kawhi Leonard. The Lakers and Clippers make a trade. Kawhi switches sides for the 12th overall pick in 2026. Kawhi Leonard is a Laker. The Clippers, 12th overall, take Kevin McDaniels, shooting guard out of Indiana. Interesting. Apparently he slid down the board. Blobberface, Seattle. Get on board. Oklahoma City at 13 takes power forward Jackie Graves out of UConn. 5-star All-American recruit out of high school but had injury trouble. We've seen that story before. Timberwolves at 14. Take a trade. Another trade. 14th overall pick this year, a 2030 first-round pick for Chris Middleton, coming over from Sacramento. Timberwolves are going for it, I guess, if they still have Durant. So Sacramento at 14 takes Paul Dawkins, forward out of Marquette. Interesting. Interesting. The Heat have the 15th pick. I will probably have the 19th. I'm lucky. Miami trades pick number 15. Holy shit, the trades. Okay, so it is the 15th overall pick and a second-round pick this year. Originally Detroit's, that's 62nd overall for point guard Stephen Mitchell and an aging Kemba Walker. Some weird trades here. The Jazz at 15 take Junior Finley. He falls to 15. Oh, I was getting so happy that he was continuing the slide. The Boston College point guard, Junior Finley's off the board. I am at pick number 19. Son of a bitch, so close. Nelson Davidson, center out of Duke, goes to the Brooklyn Nets. 15 rebounds a game last year in the NCAA. God damn it, I was really hoping Finley would fall to me. The Bucks at 17. Take Dylan Jamison, point guard out of Rhode Island. Led all point guards in threes at the draft combine. And the New York Knicks at pick number 18 selects Johan Sundin. Oh, the two guys I was really hoping would slide are off the board. I was really hoping Finley or Sundin would be there. Playoff success. Shot myself in the foot. So, who's on the board here? This is kind of scary. Oh boy. Fucking Lulu! And honestly, in terms of badges, Lulu isn't the worst idea. At least he can fucking play defense. A defensive specialist. Gary Gill, all-star bench, starter bench, all-star bench, starter bench. Oh god. Alright. This is scary. A lot of all-star bench. Dario Dragic is still there. All-star to starter. As is Clark House. Interesting. We got Dragic. We got House. Doyle Moss is a guarantee. Doyle Moss isn't that bad either. Chandler DeCita, the center, is still there. Interesting. Interesting. Also, Ian Olson at point guard. Again, you guys might want to pay attention to some of the guys I'm scouting here because they might still be available for you later on. Wallace Riley, really boom or bust. Could be all NBA, could be nothing. Same for Jamal Dennis. Anybody else? Ruben Terry. Could be worth looking at. Lamont Cousins. Could also be worth looking at. Sagana Ndur. 7-foot center. Timothy Benson. Holy hell. All NBA starter. If that's to be believed. He's 98% scouted for me. Interesting. How far down was he? Pretty far down the board. All NBA bench for Chad Graham. Perry Roy still looking like a pretty good option. Honestly, right now I'm trying to get some names ready for round 2. It looks like I've hit my limit on who I have scouted. Okay. So Dragic. Dragic is an interesting one. And a 74 point guard. 1 badge. All-star starter. Interesting. Is Clark House, who is a 74 shooting guard. I'm trying to see who the best player available is here. He's got the 4 badges. All-star starter. Right now, I'd probably take House over Dragic. Doyle Moss, 6 badges for Doyle. Straight starter, though. It's a 76 point guard. Freaking 6 badges. Starter. 3 pretty good guards already in this draft. Then there's the stash player, Havel DeCita. Don't really know his overall. Just kind of scary. He's a C+ center. 2 badges. What's that potential? All NBA to starter. Not bad. Let's see, who was next? Ian Olson. Damn, man, there's a lot of good guards in this draft, and neither one of our teams really needs a ton of guards. That's the issue right now. Olson's not bad. Riley. So 73 forward. 3 badges for him. All NBA or bench. He's the real risk pick. And definitely not worth it for me, at least. Lulu, again, just not worth it. With that boom or bust rating. Dennis has 9 badges, so I can't help but think that my scouts don't have him appropriately judged. 9 badges really is an interesting kind of setup there. That's the most badges out of any player left at the moment. Ruben Terry. Well, by that logic, Ruben Terry is definitely out. Lamont Cousins also out. We got people that are better than that on the short list. Sagana Endure, I gotta be honest, is also out. I have a better center available than him. Then there was Benson. Benson's an interesting one, man. He really is. God, they're just all point guards, though, man. And then the last guy that was interesting was Perry Roy. 7'1" center. But I got a better center that's available. So, there are, in terms of like the best players available, you are able to check what the badges are, and that's what I'm going to likely do. I mean, in terms of best player available, Riley's too boom or bust at forward. So it's either one of the numerous point guards that are available. There are 2 point guards that are listed as potential All-NBA talents. A bunch of them that are all-star to starter. I have it down to 3 players for myself here. It is either... I don't even know where the hell he is. Let's see. It is either Havel Desita. I could use an extra depth big man. Especially because he's 7'2" at 19 years old. Which is nuts. If it's not him, it's Jamal Dennis, who is 22 years old. Or it's Timothy Benson, who's 21. Develop into a really good player. Doesn't have a great IQ, not a good finisher. So Benson, good 3-point shooting, good perimeter D and playmaking, has horrible IQ. Looks like a great 3-point shooter. Good physical player, showing up as a C+ potential. And there was Jamal Dennis, looks like a project and a half. He's a good playmaker, good IQ, good physical. Or it's Desita, good interior, okay defender, decent rebounder, poor IQ, A+ physicality. With my first round pick, I will be taking the 1-year stash player out of Hungary, Havel Desita. We'll go for the big man. We'll go for the big man. That's absurd that I don't know little about him because it said he was good. So, let's see who else goes off the board. Philadelphia at 20 took Clark House. 76 shooting guard. Hobble your cake and eat it too. And they'll go to bed. Boston at 21. Let's see if some of these guys end up off the board. Dario Dragic is gone. Elected not to go with him. I'll see if that's a mistake. Could Steph Curry be expendable? Imagine asking that question. Jesus. Golden State at 22. Ian Olson. 64. Not 64. 6'4" point guard out of Notre Dame. Ian Olson. It's considering him as well. Brooklyn's at 23. You guys will have the first pick of the second round as well. Brooklyn's going to trade it. Who's it going to be? Another first round trade. So it is the 23rd overall pick and a second rounder next year, originally belonging to Brooklyn, for Jason Tate. And a lottery-protected first rounder 2 years from now. I would have picked the 9-badge player. I mean, it was very much between the 9-badge player and the center, as Lamont Cousins goes off the board. The problem is, I am already stacked when it comes to guards. Pretty much stacked. It would have been very difficult for him to get any sort of playing time. Whereas for DeCita, Randall Blount's off the board. For DeCita, it's now Gooden, Dixon, DeCita at center power forward. He'll end up getting more playing time. Jamal Dennis goes to Toronto. So there goes Dennis. He goes to the Raptors. Probably the most creative playmaker I've seen in years. All right, I'm a little bit worried about how they're describing Jamal Dennis. Pick number 26, Vince Sims to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm a little bit upset. Maybe I made the wrong choice, but I needed a big man. And we got one. Chicago. Dennis, I believe, was the 9-badge guy. Sagana Ndur. Off to Chicago. Really good speed for a center of that size. Denver at 28 took center Perry Roy, another center I was considering. 7-1 out of Kentucky, 4 blocks a game, the NCAA level. Pistons at 29. Trade the pick. Let's see who they go for. It's a second rounder in 2030 for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Marcus Smart. Interesting. So on the board, the Milwaukee Bucks. And they take Doyle Moss, point guard out of Oregon. Could be the best three-point shooter in the draft. This game has a way of making you regret your picks very quickly. Spurs take Georgi Buska. 7-1 center out of Houston. The Buska. Number 31, the Pelicans. Take Bradford Joseph. 1 pick left. It's the world champion Rockets. Will Lulu go to Honolulu? Here we go. The Houston Rockets. Take Timothy Benson. Lulu will be available for Honolulu. All right, second round. Here we go. The Breeze are on the board. Who will it be? So Sean Kelly was still there. You know he's a 74. In terms of names I was considering. Again, in terms of names I was considering. Wallace Riley was the really boomer bust forward. Lulu is there. If you wanted to go for the memes. I'll show you all your options, and then we'll see if we even need a poll. Jimmy Harrison's a 74 at 18 years old. Not looking that good. A lot of starter bench here. You got Ruben Terry as well. Starter. 74 forward. Actually, no, wait, that's Harrison. It didn't go down. Ruben Terry, ooh. Don't really know how good he's going to be. Honestly, Lulu isn't that bad of a pick given the set of circumstances here. Chad Graham is also very boomer bust here. There's Chip Tinsley, which is another great name. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. Does anybody want to go for anyone else aside from Lulu, or is Lulu the pick? 20-year-old shooting guard, Lulu. He is basically going to be Gerald Henderson. Could be a B potential. The dude wants to put up Kelly into consideration. Any other names? Excuse me. I think it's got to be Lulu. How have I been enjoying it so far? I mean, MyNBA is more of the same, but I mean, it's the most comprehensive franchise mode for any console sports game. So, it's been alright. I've barely played the game itself, though. Well, I mean, Kelly was projected to go 9th, but, like, his projection isn't that good. It's like, we're on our test. Potential of a B-. Like, he's a decent shooter. From mid-range, at least. Are we confirming Lulu? Does anybody want to disagree? I don't know how much support Kelly would get. I can put up the poll, though. Alright, we got some votes for Kelly. We'll leave it up to a vote here. We'll do it the right way. We'll leave it up to a vote. It is either Lulu or Kelly with the picks. So again, Sean Kelly was projected to be a first rounder. He has slid way off the board. Again, looks like a decent shooter, decent playmaker at forward. Or on the flip side, it is Lulu, who you don't know as much about, only 58% scouted. Great defender, though. A shutdown defender. And, well, hey, it's 14-8 in favor of Lulu so far. Let's see what happens here. Kelly fell for a reason. I mean, that's what you would presume, yeah. He is tied for one of the highest rated players left in the draft, though. It's still relatively close. It's not a complete rout for Kelly. Either the 6'8" forward Sean Kelly or the 6'5" guard Lulu. Who will chat pick? It's 18-10. Again, if the poll's not showing up in chat for you, refresh the stream really quickly. You got a little bit of time. No memes, Lou wins. I mean, Lulu to Honolulu is hilarious. It is. I'll give you guys credit for that. I'll give you credit. Well, unless there's a massive comeback, Lulu is the pick. He'll join Wenli as a guard on this team. We're making the call. Lulu is off to Honolulu as a shutdown defensive guard out of Kansas State. Honolulu takes Lulu. Welcome to the world of streaming, Sox. It's great, isn't it? High in his perimeter defense. He may be the top perimeter defender in the league next year as a rookie. I mean, even if he's a role player, you guys, I mean, if that guy is to be believed, you just got an elite NBA defender in the second round. It doesn't look like a total meme pick. As Gary Gill is next off the board, it doesn't look like a complete waste of a pick because of how good he is defensively. Pick number 35, the Utah Jazz take Sean Kelly. At the very least, he won't fall to me. I expect he'll be spending some time in the G League. Well, that's a good sign. 36, the LA Clippers. My pick will be in the 40s. Clippers take Ruben Terry, forward out of Illinois State. Viewed as a role player by the reporter at least. 37, the 76ers. Wallace Riley, forward out of Northwestern. I think we're at pick number 41. Apparently he's been sick. That's interesting. Nope, I might be at 42 at best. God, I'm going to be pretty far down the board here. Mingyu Kim, forward out of China. Off the board. Just waiting to see who's going to be left for me. Yeah, it's the lowest draft pick any of us have had. Number 39, Milwaukee. Stacey Myers, forward out of New Mexico Junior College. New Mexico Junior College, Wisconsin. God damn. Pick number 40 belongs to Cleveland. And the Cavs take Bradford Childress, the 7-foot Argentinian center. top 3-point shooting center in the draft. I miss the days. Bring me back to NBA 2K5 where if you had a center that could hit a 3, that was ball game. Now it's common. Chip Tinsley is off the board. Pick number 42 belongs to the Lakers. I still don't have my next pick. Jesus Christ. They take Stuart Chandler, point guard out of Purdue. Wanted to go in the first round, but he didn't. Don't we all? Number 43 is the Magic. I still don't have a pick. I'm going to be in the 50s. God help me. Tommy Maxwell, 7-foot center out of Washington. Goes to Orlando. I need to have hit a home run with my first round pick because this second round pick is going to be impossible. Pacers take point guard Desmond Harper. Pick number 45, the Miami Heat take Boris Foster. 46, the Timberwolves take Randy Ford. 47, we have pick number 50. Herb Barrett to the OKC Thunder. I did make the offs, yes. We lost in the first round in 7 to the Pistons, who made it to the final and lost to the Rockets. Blazers at 48 take Jamie Augustine. And the Brooklyn Nets at 49 take Sheldon Waters, power forward out of Temple. There we go, the Airmen finally on the clock again. And I have Kenny Snow. Oh my God. Why did Kenny Snow fall so far? 71 overall at 18 years old. I might have just had this player fall into my damn lap. And there's also Simon Torres, who might be an A-. I mean, Kenny Snow apparently could be an all-star at best. Interesting. Snow, according to Draft Express, was the #1 shooting guard in the draft. 2K also had him as the #1 shooting guard in the draft. NBA had him behind Wayne Benjamin, who's a 2-year stash player. And draft projection, I mean, it looks like Kenny Snow has got to be the guy. If it's not him, you know, you just go for a fucking freak of nature like Mac Rogers or some shit. Listed wingspan. Guy's man, 7'9" wingspan, listed as a finisher. Mac Rogers, 3 badges apparently. Barry Watkins. I'm waiting to see if there's like a point guard that just has like an unnatural wingspan. Like Zach Scott, he's a 6'6" guard, but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. It's pretty much gotta be Snow. Can't imagine it would be anybody else. There's Wayne Benjamin, who was that 2-year stash player. I basically gotta risk it. Pretty much gotta be Kenny Snow. Just hope for the best. Should have good success at the NBA level. Definitely has low player IQ. Badges, tireless defender. Yeah, I mean, if there was a guy to take here, I mean, I already got a big man in this draft. I might as well take a guard and see what he can be. So I'll take Kenny Snow here and hope for the best. Out of Spain. Player we don't know a whole lot about. Taking him so high in the draft. Oh my God. How the hell would I be taking him so high in the draft? He was a projected first-round pick. That's it for the draft, at the very least. We'll see if he was worth the pick, because I do not know if he will be. That's a bit scary. So the Kings ended up with Jeffrey Kramer is a 73. At 21 years old, listed as a three-point shooter. Again, Alexander Kiba would have been pretty good. The Blazers ended up with Daniel O'Neal. You got Joe McDonald. Again, you can't often trust... Number 1 pick was compared to Steph Curry at his best, but he was boom or bust. Again, I don't believe the potentials here are final. Daniel O'Neal, Joe McDonald. The overalls are final, but I don't believe the potentials are. Todd Rush. Whew. Todd Rush would have been a hell of a pick. C+ potential, apparently. Bobby Dixon. Melvin Simon was a 78. Roland Cheeks was a 75. A-. The other Todor might also be a B-. But he was a 76 at 20 years old. Ricky Little, a 75. Kevin McDaniels, a 75. Junior Finley, 78 overall point guard. That's rough. We'll see what Kramer becomes for you, but no doubt Finley was better right now. Nelson Davidson, not that bad. Dylan Jamieson. Sundin, 73. Havel Decida, 75 overall at 19 years old. He's a one-year stash player. But goodness gracious. Decida and Dixon down low. Whew. 7-2 and 7-3. Patrolling the boards in the future for the Omaha Airmen. And he might be an A- potential. He might be. He was the #1 projected center. Oh my god. Talk about the Airmen. We're going to have the fucking skies on lock. It's going to be nuts. Clark Howard's a 75. Dario Dragic was also a 75 at 19. Also an A- potential. FIQ. I mean, he doesn't need to have a good IQ. Just stand there and go, whoo, and no one's going to score. Ian Olson was a 75 at 19. Again, I don't know if you can trust the potential still. Jamal Dennis was a 77. Vince Sims a 75. And Dor was a 76. This was Perry Roy. Benson was a 75 at 21. Cool, Tougie. I'm fish on your chat. Thank you. What's the point in tanking? Tougie can make better picks at 19 and us at 3. Why tank? Oh, chat. Have some faith. Hey, Lulu wasn't bad. 73 at 20. Kelly was a 74 at 21. Lulu does have lockdown defense. He might only have a C potential. Kelly might have a B. Gary Gill was a 73. Riley is 74. Kim is 74. Any crazy potentials? Chandler's not that bad for the Lakers. Desmond Harper is really good for the Pacers. Kenny Snow, a 70 at 18 years old. Might be a B-. Kenny Snow, a 70 at 18 years old, compared to Lulu, who's a 73 at 20. I'd say we both did pretty good in the second round then, given the circumstances. I honestly thought Kenny Snow would be worse. Only other guy I maybe should have gone for is like Harrison, who's a 73 at 18. I'm pretty happy with both of my picks, obviously. I'm pretty happy. I am pretty happy with that draft. What's Snow's perimeter D? We'll have to make that comparison. To the rookie signings, again, we will retain the rights of Havel Decida. And I'll also bring in Kenny Snow. And for the Breeze, you'll retain the rights to Kramer and bring in Lulu. That works. We go to the options. So Bledsoe, Baxter, and Jared Page I will keep around. You guys will keep Campbell, Keefe, and Todor, who's showing up as a 73 right now. Definitely hold on to all of our guys there. Not bad. Lonzo might end up being a free agent. Qualifying offers here. So what do we got? So for me, we'll definitely qualify Gooden. I'm going to qualify Kevin Thomas. Yee is not mine. Yeah, Thomas and Goodnar, McLeod, Anthony Kemp. Neil Red, I'll still qualify. Eddie O'Brien, I'll qualify. Roberts isn't mine. Oakley isn't mine. Nor is Hawkins. For you guys, keep Wenley Lou. Warren's not yours. Bradley is yours. Griffin is yours. Banks is yours. Augustin is not. Nor is Graham or Ibaka. That's pretty straightforward. Out of the moratorium period, Luka could end up being a free agent here. For the Breeze. Renounce the rights to Ibaka and Warren. Renounce the rights to all those guys. Do not renounce the rights to Jonathan Banks, Wenley Lou, Griffin, or Bradley. Warren can go. Augustine can go. Graham can go. Okay. It's good for you guys. And then for the Airmen, Lucas Roberts is not mine. I'll let him go. Yee's not mine. Oakley, McLeod, Anthony, Dawkins, Kemp. Gooden will hold on to. Red will hold on to. Thomas will hold. Eddie O'Brien will hold. That should be good. All right, so into free agency we go. We'll see who signs where. All of that looks good for you guys. For the Airmen, all that looks good as well. All right, now again, right now, it's just sim forward. See where the big fish go. Luka Doncic goes to the Clippers. He leaves the Mavs for LA. Steph stays with the Celtics. DeAndre Ayton leaves for Portland. Lonzo signs with the Nuggets. Lauren Holloway stays with the Spurs. Julius Randle to the Bulls. Kyrie to Dallas. That Western Conference is getting rough for you guys. Luka Doncic, I mean, not that he didn't stay in the West, but it gets worse. It gets more difficult for you. Alright, again, let's just sim through to make sure it doesn't do anything screwy. That's it for free agency. We get all the qualifying offers coming through. So player progression for the Airmen. Herb is up to an 86. Bledsoe's an 83. Baxter up by 1. Jared Page went up by 3. Thomas up by 2. And then there's Neil Red. Oh my god, Havel Desita is a 75 at 19 years old. I cannot wait. Darren Gooden next year will be a role player. It's going to be Havel Desita. Or Sita, whatever, if it's the silent D, and Herb Dixon. 7'3" and 7'2", patrolling the paint for the Airmen. For the Breeze, Campbell and Keefe up to 82s. Bradley is 79. A +4 for Charlie Haynes. He's now a 77, and a +3 for Todor. So Todor did very well. Very well indeed. Spending a season down in the G League, or the D League, or the fucking Developmental League, or the E League, or the B League, whatever the fuck they're calling it at this point. So Todor will be ready for you guys. Nobody else improved, though. Kramer is now a 73. I actually might have gotten a better player. We'll check the potentials in a minute. I might have actually gotten a better player than you guys at 20 or 19, whatever it was, than you guys got at 3. That's outrageous. So, just a quick look then, and I'll set up the team soon. For the Breeze, you have Tommy Campbell at a B+ potential. Keefe is also a B+. Bradley is a B. B- for Charlie Haynes. Todor is an A- potential. He's your highest potential player. Jonathan Banks is a B-. Wenley Lou is a B+. Lulu is a B-. A B for Trent Griffin. A B potential for Lothar Kramer. A B potential for your 3rd overall pick. And then you get into the random depth guys, including Jonas Valanciunas, who I don't know if we'll keep around. So, a B for your 1st round pick, a stash player for the year, Lothar Kramer. For the Airmen, Herb, A-. Bledsoe, A-. Desita, A- potential. I got a better pick than you guys did. Oh my god. Everything's coming up Toog House. Oh my god. 19th overall compared to 3rd. Fucking nailed it. Baxter's a B+, Page is a C+, as is Gooden. Thomas is a B-. Snow is a B-. And Red's at a C+. So yeah, Kenny Snow ended up being a B-, which for a second round pick isn't that bad. You guys also got a B- with Lulu. I absolutely nailed that first round pick with Havelsita. Oh my god. I don't know if it's Decita or Sita, if it even matters. Wow. I mean, he's 7'2" with A+ athleticism. He has the IQ of a fish. A dumb fish. But he's a beast, man. He's a beast. He's got Pogo Stick and Rim Protector as the badges. Award history won't be blank for long. Oh, man. This is crazy. Whew, so no doubt, old Toog and the Omaha Airmen are just a little bit further ahead at this point, at least on paper, for what that's worth.